This blood-stained silk shawl from 1888 just revealed Jack the Ripper's real name. The answer had been hiding in plain sight for 137 years. It's September 30th, 1888. Mitre Square in London's Whitechapel is silent until a carter stumbles upon Catherine Eddowes' body. Her throat is slit, her kidney removed, and her face damaged. She is the fourth victim of the killer the press has dubbed Jack the Ripper. This slum was a powder keg, 80,000 people crammed into squalid streets, 1,200 sex workers surviving on pennies, and 50% of children dying before the age of 5. Weeks later, Jack struck again. 25-year-old Mary Jane Kelly was brutally killed in her bed, and the city erupted in panic. Police arrested more than 100 suspects, from nobles to butchers, but got nowhere. The case went cold until 2007. That year, collector Russell Edwards bought this silk shawl at an auction. The seller's ancestor was a detective on the case. He had taken the shawl from Eddowes' side and never washed it. Edwards noticed something odd. The daisy pattern on the shawl matched Michaelmas, a holiday falling on September 29th, the day Eddowes was killed, and November 8th, the day Kelly was killed. Was Jack taunting them? In 2006, a documentary team tried testing the shawl with no results. But Edwards brought in Jari Louhelainen, a forensic geneticist. Using an infrared camera, Louhelainen saw traces of arterial blood spatter exactly matching the wound pattern from Eddowes' death. Then a UV light revealed semen stains and kidney cells matching the organ Jack had taken. This was more than a shawl. It was a time capsule of the crime scene. Extracting DNA from 19th-century fabric is like finding a needle in a haystack. Conventional swab sampling had destroyed samples before, so Louhelainen used vacuum suction technology to extract genetic material without damaging the cloth. He targeted mitochondrial DNA, a type of DNA passed only through mothers, perfect for tracing descendants. First, they found Eddowes' great-great-granddaughter. The blood on the shawl matched her DNA exactly. Next, they turned to the killer. Edwards dug through old police files. There were 3 prime suspects. One name kept appearing: Aaron Kosminski. He was a Polish Jewish hairdresser who fled Russian persecution to Whitechapel. Witnesses described a man with a foreign face near the crime scenes, and one even identified Kosminski, but the police had no evidence. In 1889, he was admitted to a mental asylum, often talking incoherently about visions and refusing to clean himself. In 1919, he died in the asylum, and the secret was buried with him. Edwards tracked down the great-great-granddaughter of Kosminski's sister. They compared her DNA to the semen stains on the shawl. When the lab called, Edwards said his hands were shaking. The mitochondrial DNA matched perfectly. In 2014, Edwards went public with the discovery. News headlines screamed, "Jack the Ripper's identity revealed." But this scientific conclusion split the experts. Critics argued that the DNA had not been peer-reviewed. Could the sample have been contaminated after 130 years? Others pointed out that Kosminski was small and frail. Could he have overpowered adult women? Then in 2025, the Times dropped a bombshell. New tests on Eddowes' clothing confirmed the same DNA profile. But the debate didn't end. Some historians still argue that Jack the Ripper might be a myth. Maybe multiple killers were involved. But this show tells a different story, a poor immigrant driven to mental distress by hardship. A city paralyzed by fear. A secret hidden in silk and blood. Is Aaron Kosminski really Jack the Ripper? The shawl says yes, but the case that has haunted London for a century may never fully reveal all its mysteries. What do you think? Let's debate in the comments.